And it says this hangout is on the air. Good morning, everybody. It is August 27th. This is Lunch with Len, and our special guest today, Larry Ryan. Larry's going to we're going to find out if what goes on in Florida really stays in Florida. What's that, Larry?
Not all of it.
Not all of it? Okay. Hello, Karen and Debbie, and I expect to see Chris and Rick any minute now. Hey, before I turn it over to Larry, which is going to be in 2 minutes, I promise 2 minutes, I want to just say one word about the VEMA situation. If you haven't seen it, go to Ray Higdon's blog. He put up an interview. He didn't do the interview. He put up a YouTube video that was made by one of the attorneys involved, and there's going to be a hearing next week. It's pretty optimistic. But there's two things that I want to say, and it was also the subject of my a little rant this morning on Periscope. There's just two things I want to say. Thing number one is this is not an isolated. This appears to be an isolated incident, but it's not necessarily an isolated incident, and it strikes at the heart of what many of us do, and we need to be careful. And the emphasis has to be on product, not on recruiting. That's more and more becoming evident. And the other thing I want to say is there are a few people out there that are acting like vultures circling over the remains, and it's a little soon to call this thing. The attorney's view is very optimistic that the injunction is going to get lifted. FTC came out heavy-handed and just asked the judge for an injunction without VEMA having an opportunity to even look at the evidence and discuss what it is they're being accused of. But it's more and more becoming apparent that making income claims, and this is something that we all have to be very careful of. If somebody says, well, gee, if I join your company, can I make $10,000 in a month? You got to be very careful how you answer those kinds of questions. And if you say, oh, hell yeah, no problem, you're setting yourself up. And Ray's got a lot of good comments about how to handle those kinds of questions. So I'm just going to turn you over to Ray Higdon, and tell you that you ought to go listen to his blog and listen to the interview with the attorney, or the video with the attorney. And with that, I'm going to shut up and turn it over to Larry. You ready to go, Larry?
I am.
Cool.
Hi, guys. This is just some of the notes I have from Ray Higdon's Top Earner Academy Live 3. And he said, and Jessica Higdon is 7 months pregnant. Looks like she only put on about 15 pounds. It's really, it's really amazing. They said that this was going to be the last one because they can do, they said they want to concentrate on smaller events that they figure they can do more with. But by the end, Ray said, I don't know if this is going to be the last one or not, But one of the first speakers of the weekend was Mark Harbert. Now, I think just about all of us know Mark. And in fact, on last night's webinar, he just did he's doing a little mastermind for video marketing. I didn't see much of it, but it looks like it's about a 12-week course that's going to be live. But one of the biggest things that my biggest takeaways from Mark is we have to get over worrying about what other people think of us, because we are, as we all know, we're our own biggest critics. And there's so many people that won't put an ad on Facebook, won't do a video because they're just, I can't do this, I can't do it right. He said some of his best videos were after he turned the camera on after working out, and he was sweaty and he was disheveled, and he was relaxed, just did the video, got a lot of views, and he got leads and everything. We all have value, and the main thing from this whole weekend is we all have value to give other people. People, like we all said, that people, you learn something today, there's so many millions of people that do not know exactly what you learned, but we have to turn around and teach it to other people. Value is the biggest thing. We made a joke that if we had $5 every time we heard the word value over the weekend, then we wouldn't have to work anymore. Ray came out next. He was talking about prospecting and recruiting. And we have to get over our fear of talking to people. And we can't be talking to people with from a prospect of need. Just we have a service. Everybody's got a service. Len, yours is travel. Others might be diet. Vima was diet and energy. And it's just that we have to talk to them that we have a service that we can offer them. We have to figure out what's holding us back from recruiting more people. And one of the main things is worrying about what people are thinking. There are two words that are very powerful that we have to embrace. And it's until and despite. Because I'm going to keep going at this until I succeed, no matter what comes along. Even though I don't know how to do this, or despite not being able to do this or know how to do this, I'm going to do my best to keep going. Because, one of Ray's biggest things is we all have sometime. Well, sometime means never. I'm going to quit smoking someday too. You might as well say, I'm going to smoke and I'm going to enjoy it. You might as well own it. But if we keep going with sometime or someday, that it's never going to happen. There are a lot of people where success scares them more than failure. It's much easier, much more place of comfort to fail because you're used to it. And people realize that once you grow a team, that it has to be, you're going to have a success, and people are not, people don't know what to do with that. He did some stuff with warm markets, and cold markets and prospecting. If you have a great relationship with your warm market, and they believe in what you're going to do, just about you can say anything to them, and they'll join you, buy your products. But if you don't have a great relationship with it, a lot of people are negative, about our business, especially if they hear stuff like what Vima's going through right now, or they're negative about your new money scheme. What pyramid are you involved in now? Just talk to them and don't care what they say, and focus on the product. Some people enjoy products so much that they'll start to become a rep. And cold market prospects, a lot of companies have scripts, exactly what you should say. But they told us that you should say those scripts 1,000 times until you can get it down like you're just talking. The last thing in the world you want to do is have people think that you are reading it. I know a lot of you guys have heard all this before. You want to have a takeaway. You always want to be busy or in a hurry. So, I just have to get on this call. But, if you could take a look at this thing for me, I can get back with you later. Next up, we had Jessica Nelson. She is $1 million earner in Beachbody. And I don't think this year, but within next year, she'll be $1 million over like $1.5 million earner. And her biggest thing was, what Jessica does with her team is she has a Facebook group, and she's always competitive. She always has contests. And she went out and she bought prizes and stuff for contests. And she realized people weren't working that hard, even for prizes or for cash. So what she did is she makes a big thing about recognizing them. Not only does she recognize them in their Facebook group, but she recognizes them on their personal page, their personal Facebook page. And people are more excited with recognition, and being recognized, and have somebody make a big deal about a rank advancement. And what she says is you have to recognize everything, from the smallest thing to the major ones. If somebody recruits their first person, she goes, I make such a big deal about that, because the first person to recruit a lot of times is the hardest thing to do. And a lot of this stuff is all the same stuff we've gone over. You know, Cesar Rodriguez was one of the speakers, and Cesar is always full of energy, and doesn't mind being in front of the camera, and have a. He was at Cesar. I love Cesar. He's funny. He was at one event, and he was going to be speaking. He wanted to hire a photographer to follow him around the whole weekend. That is so funny. But Caesar did showed up his cold market prospecting. I don't know if you guys have seen it. Len, have you seen that?
Yes. Yeah.
You know, he was doing that, and he just talked about, you know, people bring up and they have, let's say they have questions or they have fear, and you just agree with it, and then you know come up with a solution. And he says it's not about X, it's about Y. And so you're not always, again, recruiting to become a leader. What you're doing is recruiting, especially now with this VEMA stuff. You have to recruit prospect users or product users. The one thing that he came up with, Ray came back with this, is 8 ways to improve the world. And I know Bob, is Bob on here today? I can't see the chat.
You know, he's not. He's not. I don't recall. I think Thursday's a bad day for Bob. He's not here. But 8 ways to make the world better.
Yeah, 8 ways to improve the world. Number 1 is practice more gratitude. I know that's Bob's thing this year. He
Right.
does it every day. You know, we do. The next thing is invest, learn, teach. And again, that goes with invest in yourself. Ray and Jess were just telling us that they're in a $50,000 mastermind themselves. You know, it costs them to get into it, and the smallest person or the average is $12 million a year. This guy said, but he always says invest in yourself, learn it, whatever you're investing in, and teach it to others. Ray also said number 3 is forgive. You know, you have to. Ray made big strides after. Everybody has stories about, you know, people that have wronged him and stuff. Ray and Jessica too, which I was shocked at. But you have to forgive to move on, to move forward, because it's the biggest thing. Number 4 is a big one for everybody, and that's get uncomfortable. You have to do things that make you uncomfortable, because life starts when you do become uncomfortable in your business and in your life, you know, and other things. Number 5 is limit negative talk about others. You know, because, you know, I know I can be guilty of that, you know, with certain things that have gone into my life, and other people I thought were wronged or wronged me, and I would just talk bad about them all the time. And I do my best to stop that. It's a tough thing, but we all have to do that. And I know you and Bob were on us about something before when we started to do that online, and you just told us to stop it. And you know what? I agree with it now. Number 6 is have winning habits. You know, if we get up in the morning, which I admit I used to, and just sit down and watch TV all morning, we're not going to have any success in our business. A book I'm reading now, it's an online book. It's what the heck is it? 1 second, people. I really love this. I got an audiobook. Miracle Morning.
Right.
I love this book. In fact, I'm going on to it for my second time. But it really, really is for me, setting up better habits for me, getting up and concentrating on stuff that I need to get done in the morning. I'm starting to exercise again. So I really do enjoy this. And, you know, he always rate number 7 is, people are always arguing. Number 7 is be happy. Being happy is better than being right. And you know what? If you're going to argue with somebody, it's not worth it to keep punching and punching and punching along. You know, it's better just let them win and go along. Number 8 is, as we all know, is serving. Use serving language. Get the negative language out of our mind. I can't. I don't know how. You know, That's why I use the better stuff, because that does hold us back. And actually, the 8 ways, there's number 9. The 9 is decision, and make a decision to move forward. We had a Peter Montoya. He's a marketing and branding expert. He is this big thing about the brand called you. Part of his stuff is a great brand attracts partners and can solve people's problems. The past you have does not equal your future. He talked a lot about finding your target market. Like you do, Len, lifestyles, hobbies, golf, skiers, scuba diving, interest groups. And I try to do too. Age, it's age and gender, but I just do age. Occupation, firefighters, phone guys, etc. Ethnic or religious groups, life events, divorce, death, retirement, or the area you live. The formula, you have to provide service for your target market. You have to study them and figure out what are their needs, and you have to come up with some solutions for them. You have to create target message marketing plans for your target market beach. Teach businesses ways to build their business through their text message. Well, that was me. This is funny. How to handle non-ideal clients. You ready for this solution? Refer them to another partner.
Hey, get rid of them. I like that.
Have a list of relevant partners that you can send them to. Just place that person in a product. But you know what? Everybody has people on their team that can suck their life dry with questions and all this other stuff. You're always looking for referrals, client referrals. Don't be afraid to ask for them, because if you're helping somebody, then that's the biggest thing you can do. And word of mouth referrals is the best of anything. Or, in our business, a lot of times it's video referrals. But that's what I have. Oh, Jerry Clark was in there. Jerry Clark was there also. Jerry Clark's thing is read 15 to 20 minutes a day. He has a thing, a 30-day thing where you give up TV, radio, newspapers, association with negative people, drink more water, exercise more. He's got a whole thing. If you go to his website, Club Rhino, he's got a whole thing where you can get involved in a whole message. But that's I have other stuff for other days I can go on for mindset. It's really my notes are basically a bunch of stuff that we've all gone through before. But like I said, I'm gonna get the. I'm working on last year's TEAL, TEAL 3. I'm doing videos and blog posts on that. Okay, I can't see the chat. You got to tell me now.
Tell you what.
What are you laughing at?
Huh?
What you laughing in the chat?
No. That you're working on last year's TEAL.
But what I'm saying is, it's material for my blog posts and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's the uncashed checks he talks about.
Yeah, and I have picked up notebooks. I've got several notebooks laying around from last year and the year before, and I picked up those notebooks and started to look through them. And material. I get lots of ideas from things that are a year or two old too. That's something. Folks, if you've got notebooks from even something that went on a year or two ago, go pick them up, dust them off, and flip through them. You're going to find some amazing stuff there if you're looking for content.
I agree.
Yeah.
So what I also have, I just got in this year's No Excuses recordings. So I'll be going through those again too. But you're talking, I probably have at least 6 months worth of material I can use.
Yeah. So I can turn this over to you for the next 6 months and
No.
You
could if I knew how to do PowerPoints.
I'll teach you. PowerPoint is so easy, Larry, so easy.
Yeah, I know.
You know, is there anyone else out there that doesn't know how to do PowerPoint? Maybe I should just do a training on how to use PowerPoint. I mean, this stuff is so incredibly simple. Are you on a PC or are you on a Mac?
PC.
PC, cool. Yeah, okay. Well, I'll just toss a question out there. I mean, Larry, you and I can do a one-on-one, and I can teach you PowerPoint in a nanosecond or two. I mean, there's really the things you need to know are very, 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 very simple. Uh, and if there's anyone else out there that's interested, maybe we just do a work session or a training on PowerPoint. And I've been doing PowerPoint for, I would tell you, probably about 40 years. Well, as you know, you see a lot of PowerPoint come from me, and I mean, I can put this stuff together very, very easily. It's a no-brainer. So we can do that. That's all you got for today, Larry?
So I got.
Cool. All right, great. Well, look, I know it's some of it's repetitive, but you know what? We all need to hear it over and over and over again. I love the 8 points, which turned into 9 points. I made a list of that. I'm going to publish it, and you publish it too. I want to come back to the Miracle Morning. I don't know if I talked much about the Miracle Morning on Lunch with Len, but I did talk about it in a couple of my Coffee with Len broadcasts, and I did a blog post about it, and I did a book review. And Bob has picked up that thread and has done some Miracle Morning. And I gotta tell you, I want to leverage off what Larry just said. If you don't got the Miracle Morning, you got to get it. It is a life changer, and it's a very, very inexpensive, like $10 or something on Kindle, and it's a short book. Okay, Karen, gotcha. It's a short book. I don't know. It's just not a big book, but it is definitely a life changer. You agree? You agree, Larry?
I agree.
Yeah, yeah. Does anybody else want to come over and chat? Do we have anything to talk about today? If you do, just hit me up in the chat here and let me know you'd like to come over and interact with us live. We have a few extra minutes, and while I'm waiting to see if any of you want to come over, I need help with PowerPoint and also how do you turn stuff into a PDF? Oh, the PDF is easy, Chris. If you just do save as, one of your options is PDF. It's a long list. It's a huge list of options. Well, now I'm talking about coming from PowerPoint. So if you have a PowerPoint slide and you want to turn it into a PDF, you just simply do save as. If you have a Word document and you want to save it as a PDF, you do save as. You should find PDF in your list. Should be very, very simple to do. So if there's anybody else that wants to come over and interact live, again, let me know in the chat. Just tell me you want to come over and bring you out. Otherwise, I'm going to close with one final thought, if it's all right with you folks. Actually, I'm going to close with a final thought, I guess, even if it isn't all right. And the final thought I want to close with, this is going back to my opening comments about Vima. Again, go look at Ray Higdon's blog and what his comments are, and the video he put up from the lawyer. But the extreme emphasis, Larry, I'm actually pinging off something you said that was talked about in TEAL. The extreme emphasis is on brand you. And I still have, one of Word doc, yeah. I mean, I can actually pull up a Facebook page right now of a couple of different people that I coached with. I coached them. And I told them not to do what they're doing, and they're persistent in doing it anyhow. They have Facebook pages that are absolutely, totally branded to their.
Sorry.
Huh? What?
Sorry.
Sorry for what?
I don't know if you heard. I was bleeding over.
Oh, no. They have these people, and there's two of them I'm thinking of, and I'm not going to give you their names or show you their pages, but I'm going to tell you, I told them when I was coaching with them as part of the Jonathan Budd's program, I told them not to do it. And they went ahead and did it anyhow. And, so far they're okay. And if your Facebook page is branded to your company, you need to start a new Facebook page. Don't abandon the old one. Just start a new one and start gradually building you Inc. Do not be branded to your company. This can happen to any company on any day.
I agree.
Yeah. And so anyhow, that's it for today then. We're all good. I'm heading up to San Diego today. I will
Be careful crossing the border.
Yeah, I will talk to you from Mission Bay tomorrow morning with Bob or Fiesta Island or wherever we are. And other than that, thanks everybody for showing up. Thanks, Larry. Anytime you got stuff to talk to us about, jump on with us.
Okay.
Everybody have a great weekend. I'm going to shut it down. Bye for now.
See ya.